All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before we start, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors into our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth. Peace, love, and salutation into the hopeful elect kings and priests who are out there bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Brothers out here from Great Millstone Branch, Los Angeles. I'm the brother Amawan.
Daba.
You know, we back here with another lesson. You know, me and the brother linked up. You know, the Spirit got us together, you know, to go into 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter. You know, we're just going to flow into it, you know, and feed off the verses, you know, describing, you know, what's going on in the world, you know, because everything that's happening in the world is in the scriptures. You know, the Sodom is back, Egypt is back, the ways of those places is back, you know. But we just gonna get right into it, you know, and Lord willing, this is a edifying lesson, you know, and it's you know.
All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction."
Right. So, and that's, brothers, we don't have to say much on who are the false prophets. We don't have to say it in the name in the videos. Scriptures say you'll know a tree by its fruit. And when you look at the fruit of all these other camps, you know, that's doing the wrong thing, right? It shows that they're false, such as such as having sex on the Sabbath. Only a false prophet would tell you that you can have sex on the Sabbath. That's only a false prophet would say that, because that's how you profane and don't keep the Sabbath holy. You know, what is another thing?
The mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast is not the MOTB is not the C-hip. You know, it's embargo, or it's you know, whatever what these dudes say, man. Well, whatever you guys say, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not saying the right. You're not saying that it's the C-hip.
Yeah.
You know, you're not linking it with what's going on now, man. You guys are saying all types of things that are damnable. You know, that will condemn you for saying that John the Baptist isn't in the truth.
Yeah.
You know, you can what's a few more things? Esau can make it. You know, Cornelius is, you know, so it's so many things we can touch on. Cornelius is an Israelite. You know, like all 12 tribes is Negroes. You know, it's so much types of false mixture out there of it's just so many false prophets. Like the Lord said, it'll be many of them, but it's gonna be one truth. Keep going, now.
And you said Cornelius is an Israelite. They say Cornelius is not an Israelite.
Right, it's Salakia, brother. The water for the correction, you know.
Okay.
Yes. You know, they say Cornelius isn't an Israelite.
Right.
And we say that he is an Israelite. The water, brother.
It's verse 2. It says, "And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of the truth shall be evil spoken of."
Right, the way of truth shall be even spoken of. And when you look at all these camps that's teaching the false and teaching the truth is being spoken evil of. Who's teaching the truth the right way? Great Millstone is. We're not sugarcoating it. We're telling you what the scriptures say, the context of the scripture. We're not sugarcoating it. We're not saying it's anything else. We're saying it for what it is, man. Can you read that over again?
Yeah. It says, "And many shall follow their pernicious ways."
Pernicious ways. When you look at all these other camps, it looks very glossy and glow, and you know, glitter and gold. You know, it looks fascinating, but that's not the way. You know, our people are they when you look at these guys, man, they're so worldly. These niggas are worldly, man. These niggas are worldly. Talking about, I'm thinking of one camp right now. You know what video I'm talking about? These niggas, how many wives you got?
Oh yeah, playing dominoes and all
yeah,
that
playing dominoes and shit. On some nigga shit, man.
Right.
That's the image of the world.
Yeah.
That's the image of the world. Boys in the hood ass niggas, man.
Smoke weed and shit.
You got the black beanies on, glasses, you know? Got that image of the world. You haven't transformed. You haven't been renewed. You haven't been reborn. You have not been reborn. You know? Like, you have not been reborn. Keep going, Knock.
It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. Can I
You got
bring
it.
the word pernicious?
Yeah, the water bottle.
It's G684. It says, from presumed derivative, ruin of loss, physical, spiritual, eternal, damnable, destruction, die, perish, pernicious ways.
Right.
Destruction.
Right. And that's their way. That's their way, their philosophy, because of their doctrine. Their doctrine is why they're going to be swayed into destruction swiftly, man. Because they're teaching damnable things, man. Like, you can't have sex on the Sabbath, man.
Right.
You know? It's a numerous thing. You aren't supposed to have long hair.
Right.
You know? What's another things? Oh, another thing. You can't be offering meddling in another man's affairs. You know, you can give brothers counsel, but you can't be, oh, I'm gonna counsel your wife out.
Right.
You know, let me talk to your wife out.
Right.
I can tell her better than you out.
Right.
That's how adultery spreads.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Brothers in amongst we ain't about to, you know,
No.
getting all close to my wife, you
no.
know. That's our possession.
Yeah.
Now, so it's boundaries. Maybe a brother may say salute her or however the situation may be, but that's it.
Right.
But that's not even that.
Right.
You know, it's even that's not even going on.
Yeah.
But Jake is they so out there with it. But go ahead,
It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
Was it more than that definition, by the way?
No, that was it.
Kind.
It says,
But the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Cause we tell you that the new moon is according to the Sabbath. We're evil.
right.
You know, you believe it's on the second week of the new month. You're off. Cause the full moon, that's the half week of the new month.
Right.
Idiot.
Yeah.
It was the scriptures say it's a light that decreases in her perfection. It first you can't see it,
Right.
but then it glows. It has a full moon, which is the second week of the month.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know.
Yeah.
You know,
You can look at it and see it. You can follow it.
you can determine your days. That's
Yeah.
how we all declared our day. We look at the crevices. Oh, this is like 13th day because I can tell the
Yeah.
moon. You know, the moon gazers and you know sun. You know, gazers. You know, but we all had that. You know, but yeah, it's like
Verse 3, it says, and through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
right. Buying, making up apps. You know, selling merchandise, making this thing. You know, selling the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That's what they do. You know, scriptures say, buy the truth and sell it not, man. Freely you have received, freely you give, man. You don't charge this word, I'm going to charge you for a breakdown.
Right.
You know, we're not charging breakdowns. We're not charging for our relationship, for you to be with us. You know, Jake would charge you, or in order you to sit by me, you got to have 5,000. You know, you got to have some money around me. I don't even hang around niggas that got, you know.
Right.
Jake is a vain soul, man. 2/3 of you, not all, cause the elect ain't like you folks, man. Keep going now. Throw out.
Verse 4, it says, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sin, but cast
And it said, it's like, and it said, who judgment of a long time lingereth not. So it's not slowing down. It's day by day, it's coming. You know, these guys wax worse and worse. Jake come every day to sunrise. Jake is saying something new. That's damnable. But go ahead.
Yep. Verse 4, it says, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment.
which is us.
Yeah.
You know, us coming down in these fleshly tabernacles, chains of darkness, subject unto evil thoughts. You know, dying. You know, this is where we get cast in, but through Yahweh Shai we escaped.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
Because the angels, I mean, the hell ain't talking about the hell. And,
Oh yeah,
you know, that's the other one. Yeah,
that's another big major point. Not to cut you off.
Yeah, you good.
You know, that's another thing, man. Jake is teaching fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
What the hell is?
What the hell is that? What the hell?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Right.
Where did Christianity, man? That's
Yeah.
Christianity teaching.
Yeah.
You got Hebrew Israelites, you know, spin off of Christianity, spinning Christianity, mixing it, and Jake is doing the same thing in Rome, man, mixing the same religions and bringing it. Jake, you have made this truth into a merchandise. You have conformed it unto the world, man. The 2/3 false prophets. You got it, right? But hell, man.
Right.
But you guys out there are teaching that our people are gonna burn for hell. That's not gonna happen. Scriptures say the spirit goes down to the earth, and the body goes into the earth, and the spirit returns back unto the heavenly Father.
That's plain right
That's
there.
right there.
Right up.
Like that's right there. It says it right there.
Yeah.
So that cuts to hell.
Yeah.
You know, so the hell means the grave, the further hit the point. Hell means the grave. You know, I believe King David, or I believe he quoted what will prophesy about Yahweh Shai, even himself, which will happen to all of us, that Yahweh will not leave my soul in hell, because the Lord is we're not gonna die. We may die on this side, but not all of us, but we're gonna live. But he said, Yahweh will not leave my soul in hell in a bad condition, neither for my life to be ended. You know, but go ahead. You got it.
This is Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Right. So when you look at the doctrines of the world and understand that, Christianity was teaching that we all go to hell if we don't obey. But when I open up the scriptures, when I'm reading from the law of the Lord, it tells me where my spirit goes when I die.
Yeah.
But this man is saying something else. So what this man prophesying that makes him a false prophet? His whole congregation, everybody's blind that follows him. You know? Go ahead,
It's back in 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
And he didn't spare the old world that was destroyed by water. And only Noah and 7 other souls were saved, a total of 8. Noah and his family, in exchange for the whole world. In exchange for the whole world, I'm only going to take 8. You know, I'm only going to take 8. And the Lord doing that at the same time. I'm only going to take 144,000 this time. You know, that's how I'm going to do it this time. I'm only going to take 144,000.
Yeah, the 1/3. Yeah.
The 1/3, the elect.
That's it.
That's all that matters here. Everybody else don't matter.
That's right.
You got it, right?
It says, verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes.
And Salakia, and it said he was a preacher of righteousness. Because what were they doing in the old world? Lord said that their hearts were continually evil. So he was preaching the destruction that will come. Hey, the Lord's going to flood this place. What they were saying, this place ain't never flooded. It's only mist. Ain't no flood and water going to come up from the ground and the skies is going. They probably, most likely, they were mocking the shit out of Noah. Joking, laughing, making parodies, throwing shit at him, all types of shit. But then what happened?
Right.
Once that ark was shut, and wasn't nobody laughing. It was nothing but wailing and weeping. But go ahead, Art.
It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example.
Read that over, Salaki.
And verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
Keep going.
It says, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For the righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
Right, and that's what we see now. Sodom and Gomorrah was an example of how not to be. And just like Lot was vexed, we vexed. This California state is passing all types of shit while our kids is growing in schools and across all Babylon. This is going on. You know, men with men, women with women doing that which is unseemly. Matter of fact, jump to Romans, the 1st chapter, and get to the point where it says, I believe it says, real quick, bear with us, it's right here, because there's a punishment for doing that, for being that way. It says, start at 26.
This is Romans 1 and verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
Right, diseases, death. So like you jump to the 18th verse, but that was a, you know, that's part of the whole chapter. But I jumped the gun. I wanted 18, so like you.
Romans 1 and 18, it says, for the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men.
Right, because the wrath of the Most High was revealed one way in the old world by the Lord opening up the heavens. From the heavens, the wrath of the Most High is revealed unto all men from the heavens. The Lord this time, he's going to send his son. He's going to send the angels. He's going to rain missiles, right? So that judgment is going to come, and it's going to be shown from the heavens. You're going to see the chariots fighting Esau and his military. Cause he already got a lie going on. Think you're talking about he on a chariot on crash, about to fake this invasion, but the Lord is gonna pop up and all eyes is gonna see him, and his whole plan is gonna be done. But go ahead, Art.
For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
Who hold the truth in unrighteousness? Because there's no truth in this land.
Because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High has showed it unto them.
Right, now you can stop there and jump back.
Come.
You know, because the Lord showed it all to us. You got people, oh, I was born like this. No. The Lord gave you a discernment, and you know what's in your spirit. Because later they have a whole change. They have a whole genital mutilation.
Right.
And then as they get older, oh, I want to go back to being a male because I want to have kids. You know? So that's bad. It's a reprobate spirit, you know. But the Lord and Esau is pushing that because he wants to depopulate. He wants to stab you up with these poisons, man. This devil gotta go, man. But go ahead, I
jump back to Romans 27.
Right.
This is Romans 1 and 27.
I think we almost through it.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
The men. Is that Romans?
That's Romans, yeah.
No, you can go back to
2 Peter.
Yeah.
This is back in 2 Peter's chapter 2 and 5. And spare not the old world.
You were in
verse 6.
You were in verse 7.
2 Peter's 2 and 7. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for the righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of the temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Right, because the Lord, because unrighteous laws is decreed, that don't mean the Lord is turning a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, he just gonna let things go on. No, if he don't come, no flesh gonna be saved. You mean to tell me that this man can just do what the hell he want? The Lord gotta show up. Esau wants you to believe that there's no higher power than him. You know, scriptures say that in Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, we can get it. Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter and the 5th verse. For he that is higher than the highest, consider it.
This is Ecclesiastes 5:5. It says, better is it that thou shouldest not.
That's not it. Read it though.
It says, better is it that thou shouldest not vow.
Oh, okay, that's not. It's written. It's written. How's it written? For there be, maybe you can type it in a blue letter. For there be higher than they, something like that. For there be higher than they. Maybe type in higher. Because Esau, the Lord is above Esau. I'm about to prove it. It's dang, man. It's written. I really want to bring it out. For there, it's like it says like for they be higher. Higher. If we can't find it, then we just gotta continue on. It's alright. Don't want to take too much time.
What about 5 and 8?
Try it.
If thou seest the oppression
there
of the
it
poor.
is. The water Yahweh Shah. That's it.
This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. If thou seest the oppression of the poor.
It was in the 5th chapter.
And violent perverting of judgment and justice in province, marvel not at the matter.
And we see that. We see Esau giving out free smoke pipes to the population.
Right.
You know, not just the crackheads, anybody can
Right.
get it. It's accessible to anybody. You can, take this smoke. You know, on the train, subway, public, in front of kids. You know, that's oppression to the people because it destroys us. It doesn't build a province.
Yeah.
You know, what else? Human trafficking, polluted foods, chemtrails. We can go on. Chemicals in the toilet paper. You know, we can go on. You know, it's so many things we can touch on. But go ahead.
It says, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they.
Right, because he that, read it again from the top.
It says, if thou seest the oppression of the poor, and violent perverting of judgment and justice in province.
Because this place is injustice. Jake want no justice, no peace. There's no justice here. Go ahead.
Marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they.
Right, because the Lord is higher, and he considers the situation because he set up one and put it down another. You know, and soon we're going to get our turn. So the Lord considered. You know, he made the rich and the poor. He give it to one and he take one down. He told Jeremiah, I made you to root up and pull down kingdoms. And that's us. A kingdom that's being set up in the midst of a kingdom. You know? Go ahead, Doc.
Well, jumping back to 2 Peter 2 and start at 9. Said, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of the temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanliness and despise government.
Right, which the government is the apostles, man. Because we the ones with the true doctrine. They despise our teachings. Because we're teaching it the right way, because everybody's going against the grain. You know? Go ahead.
Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities.
Right. They're not afraid to bash talk the ones that they learn from. You know, they'll say fuck the apostles. You know, they'll say all types of crazy shit. You know, you broke bread with these men, but now all of a sudden they're your worst enemy. Like, Jake is an asshole, man. Go ahead.
Verse 11, it says, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord.
Keep going.
But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
Right, saying that you're in a new covenant, you are in corruption, man. You're in a corrupted body. Talking about you're in a new covenant. What sense does that make? Another false teaching. That you got Jake out here saying that they can't die. You know? You got Jake actually saying that walk up to the camp, we're gonna perform miracles.
Right.
You know? Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 13, it says, and shall receive the reward of the unrighteousness as they that count it pleasure to ride in the daytime. Spots, they are all blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceiving while they feast with you.
Right, and they get a kick out of it. You know, and rendering us. Feasting themselves. They make a sport out of treating us in a bad way. Twisting our words up. Well, they were talking about bearing false witness, talk about we rape little. Like, come on, man.
Right.
We ain't doing no shit like that. We're telling you what the scripture said if this was to happen in a time of an emergency. You know? Saying that's an inside joke. IUIC. Go ahead.
Verse 14, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls.
Right, beguiling unstable souls. The ones that are simple, Jake will follow with them because they're unstable. They're not really sure, but you having the truth, you're able to manipulate their minds. You know, beguiling unstable souls. You know, because you're gonna have unstable souls that's gonna go like Absalom. He had those few men that were simple. They just went with him. You got men out there that just going on, just out there, just sitting there, reading. You know, don't know what the hell going, don't know what's going on, don't know what the hell they're involved in. Out there with do-rags and shit, glasses, head covered, you know, just don't know what the hell is going on, what's about to come, with a microphone in their hand. Go ahead.
It says, and heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children, which have forsaken the right way and are gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Bozor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, but was rebuked for his iniquity. The dumb ass speaking with man's voice forbade the madness of the prophet. These are wells without water, clouds that are carried with tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness, those that were clean escape from them who live in error.
Right, because they're of the world. They have a worldly gloss to them. Like Elder Muatazak say, you got Jake that come in this thing, but they just got that gloss. They just got that gloss on the outside. They're nothing within. You know, allure through the lust. Keep going out.
Yep. It says, for when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness.
We're gonna build schools. That's what great swelling word. Like, man, what the hell is this nigga talking about? We're not about to be here that long, bro. This place is about to be destroyed. Esau got everybody swiping with their hand right now. What is this guy talking about? Everybody's like, shit is changing. And you got Jake out. Go ahead. Jake is blinded. You know, but it's gonna come. You can't escape reality. You can't escape the consequences of reality of the scriptures. Go ahead, Doc.
Those that were clean escaped from them.
Those that were clean escaped from him. Go ahead.
Who live in error, while they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage.
Keep going.
For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right. Keep going, because by way of you escaping the pollutions of the world, you're not going to have that image of the world. You're not going to put out to Israel, you know, you having a Boys in the Hood scene, talking about how many wives you have, and you know what, just talking bullshit, man. You know, just baby boys in the hood. That's the spirit of the world. That's the pollutions of the world. That doesn't profit Jake. That hood, I'm in the hood, you know, look at me, I'm a blood, I'm a Crip. That shit is darkness. You know, there's no life in that shit. Even a nigga Nipsey Hussle, before he died, he said ain't no happy endings to this life of crime. That's real. The wages of sin is death. Ain't no glory in being a banger. Blood Crip. Ain't nothing in that, man. Go ahead.
It says they are again entangled therein and overcome the latter.
And Jake influences that in Israel.
Yeah.
Jake will influence that in Israel. That's a pollution of this world. That's a stain on our people, because that really fucked our people up. The dresses and barrios, and that has divided our people, man. You know? But Jake will mingle that in with the truth, though. Nah, you know, they'll find anything, go back into history, or we the Sakari. When I read them, that's when I knew we was them niggas. They'll say anything to say. But hey, just take your lot. Take your lot. That is your lot. I'm not tripping. You fall in your lot. You're gonna fall in the lot that the Lord had you in. If you wanna be that guy, that dude, we'll see about it, man. Because we ain't got the power yet. You know, we don't have the power yet. Okay? We're not tough guys. We're not, you know, Yahweh Shai said, wait upon me, but go ahead.
It says, they are again entangled therein and overcome. The latter end is worse than the beginning.
Right, it makes the truth, you just look worse. You look worse. The latter end is worse than the beginning. You came in this thing at first, you taught, it was just nothing but teaching. When you look at all these other camps, the ones that ain't mingle with the world, it was just nothing but teaching. But now they're doing their own fucking thing. Like, they just doing their own fucking thing. Like, I'm gonna just do, you know, we're gonna take the jab, we gonna, you know, everybody can take the, you know, just do, we're gonna wing all this shit, you know. We almost was like 7 more.
We on verse 20.
How many more
verse
chapters?
21, 2 more.
Okay, yeah, we'll finish it, close it out. We good, 35, 33 minutes.
It says, verse 21, for it had been better for them not to have known, man, that's the spirit I was looking for. For it had been better for them not to have known the way that the righteousness.
So read it again.
For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them.
So it was better for you not to know.
Yeah.
Because now you really gonna get beat with many stripes than somebody that don't know. Like, you're gonna be beaten with many stripes because you knew better and you supposed to do better. But Jake saying you can't, that's another, the name don't matter. In the time of Jacob's trouble, who you gonna call on? The law? Esau? Jesus Christ? Most High Christ blessed? Like, what are you gonna do in that day, Jacob? Because Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. What are you gonna call on? A dollar bill? You gonna call on your bank account? You know, your money can't save you on that day. You gonna hop in your car and try to drive away? Jake got this loud ass engine, loudest shit on the block. Everybody's shit, alarm come on. But how is that gonna protect you from nuclear missiles, man? Because the Chariots, they can go through volcanoes, sun, in the earth, through ocean. See, our salvation is so great, and Esau's afraid. You know, Jake, this world, hey, this shit is gonna burn, man. All this shit gonna burn, man. And the Lord gonna give us outstanding out of this world. What's the scripture say? I have not seen type of gift. But go ahead. What's it? The last verse.
This is the last one. Verse 22. It says, but it had happened unto them according to the. But it has, Salaki, but it is happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and they sold that was washed to her wallowing in the mire.
Right, the dog is returned back his own vomit again. You ever seen a dog throw up and go right back to his throw up?
Disgusting.
That shit is disgusting. And that's what we have done. I mean, not us personally, but we've thrown up the vomit, but we didn't go back to that shit.
Right.
You know, but you got the ones that fall out, go right back and eating that shit, man. That shit been sitting there for a minute too.
Yeah.
Nasty, molded. But when they eat on it, it tastes so good. You know? They wallow in there, man, and they make it and they become worse.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Doc.
That was the last.
Oh yeah, that's it, you know. Yeah, we got time, you know. But yeah, you know, Lord willing, this was a edifying lesson this evening. You know, first and foremost, before we end it, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us his truth. Peace, love, and citation unto the hopeful elect. Until the next one, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, that was under 40, man.
You gotta stop.
Oh yeah.